What's up, man? I am so glad you're here. My name is Andrew Bieber, and this is my YouTube channel, Stay in the Process. I am passionate about seeing people set free from addiction, living productive, purpose-driven lives, and I believe that all starts at the cross and by staying in the process. Why I chose YouTube is really the focal point of this first video. And man, I had a multitude of reasons for wanting to start this channel. One of them being I was faced with a dilemma, and it was something that continued to come up in my life of being a leader in my church and having years under my belt of recovery from addiction. I kept meeting people that would ask me questions like, hey man, how do I do what you do? How do I get where you're at? And man, I want to meet with every single person that I can. At my local church, we're a recovery-based church, and so we have recovery home. We have like 6 recovery homes, and that equals out to being like 70 people in recovery. And I'm just one person. I can't possibly meet with all the people that I want to. But what I have found is I believe that God led me to a solution, and that's this: YouTube. We are in a culture that is amazing, honestly, with our technological advances. And if we are real with ourselves, we could really be using these advances for the furtherment of the kingdom. And my heart is seeing people set free. My heart is walking alongside people in recovery. My heart is seeing people in recovery get around a community of people that are going to walk with them and disciple them and build community with them, because every single person in recovery needs a support system, needs a community of people around them that are going to hold them accountable, that are going to disciple them, that are going to show them pointers and give them advice and wisdom and pour into their lives, similar to the way that I had. This is how I've been able to stay sober now since 2019. Just a little bit of backstory so you know who I am. Man, I struggled with addiction from the time that I was 14 or 15 until the time that I was 21. And I ended up spending 2 years in prison because of it, where in prison I had a radical encounter with Jesus Christ and I got set free. And what ended up happening was I didn't have a community of people around me while I was in prison that would disciple me and lead me and give me wisdom and guidance. And so I got around the wrong people again. Bad company corrupts good morals. And I slipped, I fell. I ended up getting high again in April of 2019. That was the last time that I got high. Since then, I have been on fire for the Lord and I have been serving Him. I ended up getting out of prison in 2019. I did a year-long discipleship program here in Springfield, Missouri called the Hope Homes of the Ozarks Adult and Teen Challenge, affiliated with Freedom City Church. I ended up rising up in that program to be a leader, and I got called into ministry full-time. But who knows, full-time ministry doesn't necessarily mean you won't work a full-time job. So, man, I got married 3 days out of the program, and I started raising my kids. I became a father very quickly, a husband very quickly in my recovery, and a full-time employee very quickly in my recovery. I ended up, being led to preach the gospel. So I preach at my local church, and now my wife and I are the youth directors at our local church. And so that's me, and that's my story. But the reality is, I want to know your story. I want to walk alongside you. I want to build community. I feel like with years of being sober, and listen, man, when I stepped out from a structured environment and into the world, it was a culture shock. But what happened is there are tools and wisdom that I was given that have helped me to succeed when others haven't. And I want to share those with you. Because if I can help you just stay sober one more day, if I can help you to just get over this next hump in your life, if I can help you stand in the midst of a valley and still make it through being sober and being vigilant and being on fire for the Lord, then I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I believe that this is the best place for that. A few of the things that I've got coming up on this channel are building the foundation. Let's get some habits, let's get some structure, let's get some disciplines in our life that are gonna build a foundation that's gonna be sturdy enough that when the storms come, when the issues arise, when life knocks us down, we're still able to stand because we've already been doing the work and putting it in to where now it's just coming habitually. It's just something we've done so many times that now it's a habit, and that habit is just something we do naturally. Let's renew our minds. Let's talk about spiritual formation. These are all things that I've got coming up, along with, some funny things like, hey man, is the homie slipping? Some signs that your homie might just be on the verge of a relapse. Or top 5 things that those in recovery should never do. That one might be a little controversial, I don't know. But I'm excited about it. Man, I'm excited you're here. Go ahead, smash that like button. Go ahead and comment. And if you found value in this, please consider hitting the subscribe button, man. Hey, I appreciate all of you. And until next time, stay in the process.